Yo, 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 what is up, guys? And welcome to ATV Farms, episode 122, but American Farming, episode 4. And today, we're going to start planting corn. So, as you can see, we're just now leaving our house at 04:30 hours in the morning. So, first things first, we got to get the 1086 out. And it looks like Wyatt, Wyatt, I forgot Wyatt stayed the night. Morning, Wyatt, you ready to get planting done or what? Alright, man, I'm going to throw the door open, pull the tractor out if you want to meet me over at the planter to get me backed up and hooked up. And then I'll let you run to the co-op to get seed, okay? Alright, just hang tight. So, Wyatt's just going to wait on us to get... He's going to meet us over at the shed where the planter's at. So, here we go. Let's go plant some corn. Now, I would like to invest in another tractor as I crash into the swing set, or the swing. So, you can see Wyatt standing there behind the hitch, waiting. So, we're gonna get backed up. He's staying a little bit to the left. Okay, back. Got it. Alright, Wyatt, I'm gonna have you, take this to the co-op and fill it up with seed all the way so that when we get back we can plant, and then that way we don't have to worry about running out of seed, okay? Alright, bud. So I'm gonna get into the drone, pull it out so Wyatt has an easy way. Alright, so I'm out of the tractor now and in the drone. And I'm gonna send Wyatt to the co-op. So that we can fill up with seed. And then... And darn it, Wyatt, you took out the mailbox, bud. So... We're going to try and plant both fields today. At least that's the goal. To get both fields planted today. And then that way we don't have to worry about it next month. And then in June we can start fertilizing the ground. Or we'll probably do that in May. Yeah, we'll probably fertilize. So he's here. All right, Wyatt. If you're on the CB, I'm gonna take over here for a second. So I took over for Wyatt. He went in. Okay, if I took over, I'm in first person. So he went in and is paying the co-op for the seed. So once I fill up, that'll confirm the deal and we'll lose the money. Here we go. We're filling with corn seed for right now. And we are full. Alright, Wyatt, she's all yours. Let me get back up in the drone and then you can have it. So, Wyatt's back in the cab. We're going to head to field 30 first. That was just a straight shot across the grass. So we're going to head to field 30 right away. Get the big field planted and then we'll jump to the smaller field. Get at least get all our land planted before noon. That way we don't have to worry about it later. I don't know why he's turning into the farmyard, because he just took out the sign and the mailbox. So the plan is to leave him and I'll stay up in the drone and let him stay in the cab. We just got lucky he didn't crash into the farrowing pen. So he switched me real quick. So we're gonna go headlands and rows, and boom, we are officially planting corn. So we're planting the big field corn first, that way we don't have to worry about it later on. It'd be better to get the big field done and then worry about the small field. Yeah, see, so I really wasn't worried about that little corn stubble that he missed during tillage last episode. Now, when it comes to planting, that's a little bit of a different story. But I'm sure we will figure it out. So yeah, so far it's just me and Wyatt on the farm. I haven't hired anybody else, and I really don't need to until the farm upgrades a little bit. So probably in, I would say, right around the year 2000, then we'll probably need to hire more people. Probably just 2 more to help run the farm. But for as of right now, I think Wyatt is a good farmhand to help with just the small farm that we've got. So, okay, that headland pass felt like it took forever. But we finally made it down to the opposite end. And we're almost back around to the start of the field. So this is the first first lap around the field complete. I think he's gonna do I think Wyatt's probably gonna do maybe 4 of those, 4 laps around the field, and then start on rows. But here, I'll pull up the map real quick while he's doing that, and you guys can see how much ground he has covered planting field 30 so far. Here we go, we're up in the map. Let's go crop type. So that's how much he's covered so far. There really isn't much of a gap in the field. So I'm happy. All right, let's jump back to the tractor and planter. So we're coming up on another turn right here. So once he finishes the second headland lap, then we'll jump back in the map, or I'll pull the map back up and then show you guys the progress after 2 headland rows are completed. And then we will have 3. So actually, I'll be right back, folks. I'm going to go do something and let you guys watch Wyatt run with the planter. So just enjoy. Alright folks, so I'm back. I want to say he obviously started rows, but I don't honestly know, so I'll have to, so I'll have to go back and watch the footage again to make sure. Yeah, he started rows. So I'll pull the map back up, the map like I said earlier. So here we go, back up under the drones map. Crop type, let's see. Well, there really isn't much of a field gap in field 30, but let's check tillage. All field 30's got is secondary tillage. That's all field 30's got, because I don't have the money for, well, I have the money for a ripper, but I just don't have the tractor with the high enough horsepower to pull the ripper that was made in 1968. It requires 180 horsepower. And the tractor that I'm currently running has only got 135. So we've almost finished field 30. Then we got to move to field 31 to plant it. And then planting season will be over for 1975. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed episodes 1 through 3 of the 1970s farming series in Wisconsin. So, if you guys haven't heard, Squad Built has officially made a sequel to American Farming. American Farming 2. Coming summer 2026. Check it out on the Squad Built YouTube channel or Badger Creek Farms. Shout out to Badger Creek Farms and Squad Built. So, yeah, the game is American Farming 2. It'll be free on iOS and Android, I believe. So, well, we might get our wish, finish planting before the sun comes up. We started at 4:30 this morning, and it is currently 6:30. So we've been out here for 2 hours planting corn. So I'm gonna pull up the map one more time for field 30. Wait, 30. Yeah, field 30, crop type. So he's got to make, I believe, one more pass north on this field, and then we can move down to field 31. So one more pass on field 30, and then I'll move him over to field 31. Hey Wyatt, you on the CB there, bud? Yeah, when you get done with field 30, just stop and then hop out and walk over to field 31. I'll bring the tractor over, okay, bud? All right, man. 10 forks. So, just got off the CB with Wyatt. Yes, tractor and the drone both have a CB radio in them. So, once we get all the cornfield planted, well, both cornfields planted, that's all the land that we have. So once we get over there to field 31, while Wyatt's running on that, darn it, it's starting to get day out. Well, I just wanted to get the big field done before day. Well, I believe I don't know what he's doing. Never mind, there he goes. So Wyatt switched me. He's gonna meet us over at field 31. And planters folded up. Here we go. Off and over to field 31. We've got the pedal to the floor at 14 mile an hour. I would put it in road gear, but since we're just basically crossing the farmyard, I'm not gonna bother putting it in road gear. We really didn't use that much seed, but before we continue, I'm gonna refill the tractor with... Go ahead, Wyatt. Hold on, bud. I'm filling the tractor with fuel so you don't run out in the middle of the field. So just hang tight. So we are currently okay. Tractor is full. Let's make a U-turn. Let's make a U-turn. And we did that without crashing somehow. I don't know. So there's Wyatt just standing there waiting. Alright, you ready to do it, Wyatt? Let's go. So Wyatt's in the tractor. Headlands and rows. And boom. Now he's started planting field 31. We'll pull up the map real quick and show you guys how small this field is compared to field 30 when it comes to the amount of acres that we'll have to harvest. So, like I said, field 30 is 4.14 acres. Field 31 is 1.91. So we'll have probably 5 acres of land to harvest. Alright, let's go to the crop type map. So currently, he's already about halfway done with the first headland lap of field 31. So, yeah, he's gonna finish this field fairly quick. There ain't no question about it. Field 31 will be done in probably 5 minutes. So, I don't look for this video to go over 40 minutes. Since he's already almost to the starting point of the second lap. And boom, there goes the second lap of field 31. So I don't know how good our yields are gonna do this year, since we didn't put any nitrogen down before we planted corn. But I don't really think that matters, since we're just now starting out, or we're just now starting farm. So, and this is our first planting season ever in 1975. So we are almost done with the second headland pass already, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys on the map how much land we have already covered and how much land is still to cover. Here we go. So crop type, you can see how much bigger field 30 is compared to 31. Just look at the amount of land that's left. He's already finished the headlands after 2 passes. That's how small field 31 is compared to field 30. I mean, 31 wasn't too terribly big, or 30 wasn't too terribly big either, but 31 is small for a starting out farmer with only 1 acre. But I believe the soil type is silty loam, or sand, or not silty loam, silty clay or sandy loam. My money's on silty clay because we're not down by a riverbed either. So yeah, my money's on silty clay. So that's what I'm gonna say this field is silty clay. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he's starting rows. There should only be like maybe 4 or 5 rows to plant because of the size of this field and the fact that I have a 12-row planter. So yeah, we're not gonna be planting this field for much longer. It's gonna be a couple more swipes and we'll be done planting corn for 1975. So we're gonna pull up the map again and I'll show you guys the process, or the progress, on paper instead of the actual drone footage. Here we go. So we'll go crop type. The area that's not shaded in yellow, that's how much land is still yet to be planted with corn. So we've got 2 cornfields, and the plan is to stick with corn for a long while. Alright, let's back out of the drone, back into the drone footage. But yeah, we're probably gonna plant, it's gonna be corn on corn. since, well, we might be able to purchase a bean header and do beans maybe next year after this year's harvest. But, well, it'll be next year when we sell it, because the crop, the price is the highest in July, and I know darn right that the corn won't be ready to harvest in July. And besides, that's just not realistic to harvest corn in the middle of July, unless you're doing silage. Then I can see that, because silage for cows would be ready before, if you were just a normal row crop farmer like me and Wyatt are. Well, starting out row crop farmers in 1975. I don't know how many times I'm gonna end up saying 1975 in this one episode. But, alright, Wyatt, you on the CB? Alright, so you're good to go ahead and stop once you turn around, and then I'll take over from here. Thanks, man. So I went ahead and sent Wyatt out. He's gonna go he's gonna head back to the shed and guide me to get that backed into the shed. So let's get back to the farm and put the planter away, and then we will be done with episode 121 of ATV Farms. So we're gonna turn right here, because I believe, yeah, we're gonna have to go to third person to do this. Yep. Well, it already looks like I've messed up. Well, and yes, we have. It's good to be straight. Wyatt's telling me just straight back. So, right, whoa. Hold on. Right there is where it's gonna go. He dropped the pin. We're good to pull out. Thanks, Wyatt. You're good to go ahead and take off if you got someplace to be. I'll put the tractor up. Oh yeah, we're going to. Oh yeah, I promised you I'd buy you a steak tonight. All right, bud. I'll see you at the steakhouse in. Oh yeah, we both got to shower and get ready. So, all right, I'll see you inside, bud. I'm gonna put the tractor away first. Yeah, I promised the little rascal I'd take him to a steakhouse tonight if he did a good job on planting. So he's gonna run inside. The way he runs is funny. He's gonna head inside and get ready to go. I think he's bringing his girlfriend with him. I could bring mine, but that ain't gonna happen. So right there is where we're gonna park the tractor. So we're gonna come over here, close the door. Alright, folks, I'll see you guys in episode number 6. Episode 5 of the 1970s series. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And go watch The Squad and Badger Creek Farms. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.